Okay, so we're back and we're going to talk about the Tetrix foot pedal. So this is a great addition to the whole package, in my opinion. It's a great way to allow you to use, single piece, single hose torches with no buttons. So have a very compact and flexible torch package without the need of extra buttons and everything else getting in the way. You've got the bonus benefit of adjustable amperage on the fly, which is great. And yeah, so let's get the pedal up and onto the table and have a look and see what it looks like. So this is it. We'll give it a bit of a clean up. It's got a bit of schmutz all over it. Gopnik droppings and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so yeah, the Tetrix foot pedal. She's a monster. She's probably about, I'd say probably 3 kilos. It's all cast steel, all enamel coated. Yeah, it's the genuine EWM one. And it is just really cool. So this whole unit's got like a nice strain relief there so that the cable doesn't just pull out and cause all dramas, but the cable length is probably like 8 meters, if not more. Haven't actually measured it, but it's very long. So yeah, able to get it into all different positions as need be. It's all like industrial hardware. It's yeah, just real solid, real solid. It's got a good angle on it, good like a heel rest there, and yeah, I'm really happy with this purchase. It's been, not the cheapest foot pedal out there, but it is well worth the money, like even just on build quality alone. So I pretty much have this thing connected at all times. As with all foot pedals, it has a range in which it works. It's movable range, so full down would be full amperage on the machine, or what you set the machine to in this instance, and fully up is the base of the starting current of 0 amps. So it goes up from there. So you might, if we listen carefully, you might hear the click. So that would be the arc initiation piece. Hopefully that picked up on camera, but there's a slight click, which is the micro switch engaging, which would, in a perfect world, allow the arc to jump to the workpiece. So let's see if we can actually capture that. Let me chuck a helmet on so I don't blind myself. So at the moment we're just got the machine set up on DC, no pulse, and we'll just arc off on a bit of scrap. Just untangling all the cables here. So that sort of showed just what you need to get the arc started. That was 24 amps. The full output on this machine, full stroke, is 150 amps. Just what I've got the machine set up to on the output there. So that was hold at 24, 150 peak. So full beans is 150 amps, and yeah. Now hopefully we'll see. Don't have the lens set up sorted for you, but you'll get an idea of how bright it gets when we're on full current versus a low amperage. Low, about 50%, full current. So yeah, that's the beauty of it. So you've got the ability to adjust on the run, which makes it real easy when things are getting away from you and you need to back the heat right out. So yeah, that's that. I use this setup with fuel my torches. Where the other one get to? Anyway, yeah, got this this new flex lock arrangement, and then I've got the standard 17 series with a flex neck, and they're both just basic torches, but with the foot pedal, it is, to be honest, it's a match made in heaven. It's great. So yeah, we'll might cut it here and get a more closer look at the pedal. Rightio, so I've just undone these 4 screws here, and we've undone the 4 around the perimeter of the control box, and we'll just have a look inside just to see how this thing works. And you'll probably see, if you've ever looked inside a foot pedal before, how refreshing it is to see how bloody well made this thing is. So here you can see the main drive is this square drive here. So that's what the foot pedal actually rocks on. That's the pivot point. And it's held down with those 4 screws we undid. Just pretty much pulls this saddle off that. When we get a look inside, pull the top off. It's all cast steel. It's really well made. You can see the guts of it. Really well made. So we've got a giant clock spring there. Got a rack and pinion gear here, which drives this potentiometer. So you've got a what they call it, the wiper and the input things. As this goes down, might be hard to push because we don't have the full leverage, but it does a few things. We first, let's see if we can get a better focus here. Focus, maybe a bit of zoom. Here we go. And get the old pointer out. So yeah, clock spring is driven by the foot pedal, which would be depressed or released. So it is spring loaded, so it will always return to the full open position. That drives this rack gear down, which works on this pinion gear, which drives the potentiometer, which has a certain resistance rating. I'm not sure what it is. We could probably pull it apart further and get ideas, but I'm not really willing to go to that length. This bit here is actually really tricky. So as it depresses down, you might see that we've got a little nodule there. That part there actually actuates on this part, which is a micro switch. So that's actually what starts your arc. And as you can see, there's little red markings all over it where they've set it up in the factory to get it phased correctly. So you can probably, if you were really keen to adjust it, not that you'd want to because it's really well done from factory here, is you could adjust the on time. Probably, if I were to have a guess, and not getting into it, but there is a grub screw there, which looks like a little 2 or 2.5 mil grub screw, which would adjust the position of this on the shaft. So you'd be able to adjust it accordingly. And that might even involve probably adjusting where it sits on the rack gear as well. But anyway, that's inside. It's, yeah, really well made. It's all like in a proper enclosure. We've got, by the looks of it, an earthing point there with a resistor. What do we got? Red and brown and light blue are your trigger contacts, which go into the pot. Yeah, could probably draw a diagram, electrical diagram up for it, but yeah, I'm not really that advanced to be able to tell you exactly what's going on with this one, but yeah, that's how it works inside. So yeah, I thought that was really neat. So yeah, we'll end this one here and then we'll go back to the machine and show some of the features that are available when you're on the foot pedal and some which are not. Okay, so we're back at the machine. We've got it set up in DC TIG mode. Foot pedals attached, and just run through a few little things that happen. When you connect the foot pedal, it obviously means that there's no significance of things like upslope and downslope. They don't apply. That's obviously controlled by your foot now. What else have we got? The 4T mode is no longer applicable. Once again, the foot pedal overrides that function. And the amperage. So the main amperage is set. So if we set our machine at 150 amps, when your foot is completely off the pedal, as soon as you start to push your foot down, you will initiate the arc first, when that micro switch engages, and then it will ramp up from the minimum amperage of the machine all the way up to 150. So the throw of your foot is full down would be 150, full up would be minimum amperage. So if you're going to work within a range on the machine, let's say you only needed 60 amps to do the work you're doing, you may as well set that to like 75, give yourself a bit of headroom, and then you've got much more fine control as you go through the range of motion with your foot, rather than just having it like completely maxed out at the full 230 amps on this machine, and you'd be fluctuating within a 10 amp range just with the way your foot is moving around just through your normal movement. So yeah, dial your amperage in according to what you want to achieve as far as the welding job, and then obviously make it a realistic value. If you're doing sheet metal work, you don't want your machine set to 230. You'd be well down in the range to a reasonable amount, and you give yourself much better resolution with the foot pedal. So yeah, that's that. Now when you disconnect the foot pedal, other options are available. So turn it off. Foot pedal's now disconnected. So now we've got the option to go into 4T mode. We've got our upslope and starting amperages are all now something which we can interact with. Same as on the other side of the curve, the downslope and the finishing amperage. That's all in play now with our foot pedal. So yeah, that's how it works. That gives you a bit of an idea. You can either program the machine up without the foot pedal, or you can have full interaction with the machine on the run or on the fly with a foot pedal attached. So yeah, whatever suits your welding style, there's options out there. But yeah, just thought we'd give it a bit of a run, show you this beast here, and yeah, get to have a look at what's under the table when you see some of the other videos that I do. So until then, enjoy your time in the shed, and we'll see you next time.